We have now the stem change of the regular AR, ER, and IR verbs, the O to the UE. Let's review again what are the stem changing verbs, okay? Stem changing verbs or root verbs are verbs that change the vowel in the stem for a different one. The vowel that changed is the last one in the stem. And the nosotros and vosotros form does not change the vowel in the stem. I got now the regular endings for the AR verbs, the endings for the regular ER verbs, and the endings for the regular IR verbs. We're gonna need these endings in all our stem changes. We used it in the previous change, the E to the IE, and now we're gonna continue using them in our stem change, the O to the UE. We're gonna work with the verb poder. Look at this. This is Tito. Tito, I think Tito is in trouble now. He's trying to lift up this weight, but looks like he cannot. So the verb that we are using is the verb poder. Poder means to be able. Okay? So I identify my ending, which is an ER in this case. I look to the left and I found my stem. And I find my vowel in the stem is the letter O. And this is the one that's going to change the O to the UE. For example, Tito no puede levantar las pesas. Tito is the pronoun L. That's why the ending for L is the E for Tito. And the O changed to the UE, if you can see now. If you can see right here, Tito cannot lift up the weights. But I have my other friend here, Luis. What do you think? He can or he cannot? Tito, Luis puede o no puede levantar las pesas. Sí, Luis puede levantar las pesas. And it's the same ending because Luis is the pronoun él also. So Luis puede levantar las pesas. Now I have a question for you. ¿Quién puede levantar las pesas? ¿Tito o Luis? That is the question. ¿Quién puede levantar las pesas? Who can lift up the weights? Yes, you're right. Luis puede levantar las pesas. Now I have all the conjugations of the verb poder again. Again, I have my ending right here identified. I look to the left and I see my O right here, which is the one that changed to the UE. And the conjugations are yo puedo, tú puedes, ustedes, ella puede, nosotros podemos, ustedes, ellos, ellas pueden. And I have my shape. And as you can see, all the stem changes stay inside the shape, except for nosotros, which is the one that does not have the change in the stem. I want to make a parenthesis right here because this is the way I want you to do your assignment. You're going to conjugate the 5 verbs I gave you in your assignment. I'm going to go over that a little bit in a little bit. But I want you to write the conjugations this way. I want you to write the verb, the meaning of the verb, and the conjugations, and draw this shape in your conjugation. Now we have the verb dormir. Dormir is an IR verb. Okay, I identify my ending. I look to the left, and this verb again has only one O. So this is the one that I'm gonna change in the stem. Remember that the vowel that change is the last one in the stem. So have yo nunca duermo en clase. The O is the ending for the pronoun yo. And the UE is that stem change, that change the vowel or for the UE right here. Now I have another question. ¿Tú duermes en clase? Do you sleep in class? If your answer is C, you're going to say, sí duermo en clase. If your answer is no, you're going to say, no, no duermo en clase. O sí, yo duermo en clase. No, yo no duermo en clase. Either way. Now I have the list of the verbs that we're going to be using in this lesson. There are the stem changing verbs, the O to the UE in your textbook on pages 220 and 221 or page 245, which is the one that have all the vocabulary in that lesson. And we have the verbs. The AR verbs are almorzar, contar, encontrar, probar, recordar. ER verbs, devolver, poder, volver. IR verbs, dormir. So all these verbs you can find in your textbook, and these are the verbs that we're gonna use in our lesson. That means it's gonna be in your quizzes and tests. So it's a good idea that you recognize which ones are the ones that change the O to the UE and the previous change that we did last week, the E to the IE. I have this verb right here with a star because in the previous video, I told you about the verb merendar, which is an E to the IE stem change. And they have a similar meaning because merendar means to have a snack or to have a light meal. And almorzar is to have lunch. In some places, merendar and almorzar means they use it for the same purpose. They say, I'm gonna have, voy a merendar, I'm gonna have a snack, but they're meaning they're gonna have lunch, okay? That is just a side note that I want you to know. Okay, I hope this helped you. Now I wanna go to explain you your assignments. Okay, first I want you to classify these verbs right here. So what you have to do is put it where they belong. The verb entender is an ER verb, so goes in the ER verb. The verb pensar is an AR verb and goes to the AR verb. The verb sentir is an IR verb and goes to the IR verb. That's what you have to do. You don't have to write the conjugations of all these verbs. You need to put it where they belong. You need to classify them. In here, this is what I was explaining you earlier. You need to write the conjugations and you need to do it this way. This is the way that I want you to do. That's the verb is poder in this case. The meaning is to be able. Then I did yo puedo, tú puedes, ustedes, ella puede, nosotros podemos, ustedes, ellos, ellas pueden. And I draw the shape right here. That's what I want you to do. I want you to write the verb dormir, the meaning to sleep. Yo duermo, tú duermes, usted, ella duerme, nosotros dormimos, ustedes, ellos, ellas duermen. And then draw the shape with a pencil, with a pen, with a color, with a crayon, with a marker, however you want to draw it, but draw your shape. You need to do this in your notebook, okay? Now, for next assignment is complete the following sentences with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. Write in your notebook. Here I want you to pay attention because here I mixed up. There are some change to the E to the IE and some change the O to the UE. For example, number one says yo la ventana. Yo cierro la ventana. This is a change the E to the I. Number two, nosotros dormimos, but it's the verb dormir is a change the O to the UE, but in this case, we're not gonna do the change because nosotros does not change the stem. Pensar, que piensa usted, this is an E to the IE. Then again, you have the list of the E to the I, the E to the IE stem changing verbs, you have it in the previous video, and the list of the O to the UE verbs, you have it in this video. So it's a good idea that you make notes about those verbs, okay? So this one is for usted. Marta siempre, this is Marta es ella, perder for Marta. Perder is an E to the IE verb. Los estudiantes, entender, entienden. Los estudiantes es ellos. La maestra es ella, empezar, empieza. Tú, almuerzas. This is the O to the UE change. For tú. Ellas, entender, entienden. Yo, poder, puedo. La turista es ella, quiere. And remember, you need to submit your assignments before or by 5 on Friday. Remember, on Friday, I'm gonna send you the link for your quiz, and you're gonna have until Saturday at noon to submit that quiz. It's pretty simple. You just need to pay attention to what you're reading, have your notes with you. That's gonna be very helpful. And I'll be on Zoom for help classes, Wednesday at 10 a.m., Thursday at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m., and Friday at 10 a.m. Okay, here is the meeting ID and the password. I hope this video helped you to understand better, if to review what we did in class, or for the ones that were not present in the class on that Zoom lesson this past Tuesday. I hope this helped you. Have a great day. Bye.